We've all been there. We've gone to a concert, had a great time, saw our favorite band play, and then as we leave, we start to hear our ears ring. And we think it's going to go away, but it continues all the way through the night and sometimes even until the next morning. And that is why it's so important to protect your hearing. I went to an All American Rejects concert a couple weeks ago and had a great time. Probably one of my favorite bands from when I was growing up, and it's always good to see them. So I thought I need to protect my ears because I'm getting a little older, but also as someone that does music, I always have this fear that if I hear a ringing in my ears, that maybe it's a sign that I'm going to start losing my hearing. And I had just seen the movie Sound of Metal, and that guy loses his hearing in that movie, and pretty crazy. I have a full review on it that you can watch, but I thought I just need to get something to protect my hearing before I go see All American Rejects. So I picked up Loop. Loop is a company that makes pretty much earplugs, and they're different than your normal earplugs. They come in this nice little case that when you open them up, it's super easy to transport them in. Super small, might seem like it's easy to lose, but it's a really good case for carrying your earplugs, and they're really small. And they have this little unique design, this little loop, and I couldn't figure out why do they have this loop that's small, that's kind of weird, and I realized as I was wearing them that that loop is so it can kind of pick up the sounds, vibrations, and frequencies and kind of put it in your ear without everything else going into your ear as well. And it really helped me when I was watching the show. I never once really felt like, oh, this is too loud or it's hurting my ears. In fact, I was able to take them out and be like, wow, this is incredibly different. Everything is a little bit louder, but I could still hear everything else that was going on. And after the show, my ears weren't ringing at all. So this is definitely worth the investment. I got these for about $40, but Loop has a couple of different variations of these. You can get them to where they're able to help you study if you just want to block out a couple of sounds, or if you want to block out a lot of sounds and go to a concert, these are the ones that you'd want to get. Like I said, I got these for about $40, but they start around $20 or so, depending on how many decibels you're trying to block out. These block out 17 decibels, which is quite a bit. If you've ever been inside your DAW and just dropped something by 17 decibels, you know that's a lot of volume. But for most people, if you don't know what that is, think of maybe someone yelling across the other side of the room. You put this in and it sounds like they're just talking normally. Crazy, yeah. But it's super important to wear ear protection when you're going to loud events, especially if it's going to be something that has continuous loud sound like a concert, a music festival. So I know Coachella's coming up. There's always music festivals in the summer and leading into the fall. So if you're looking into getting something to protect your ears, I would recommend Loop. And you can wear them outside of a music festival as well too, because they do have ones that are just there to block out sounds like ambient noises or things that might just be annoying to you. But if you want something that's going to be strong enough for a concert, get the ones that are the 17 decibels. But use them outside of the concert as well too. Everyday life, like get your money's worth out of them. Some people put on noise canceling headphones to kind of drown out everything, and those are actually kind of still putting noise into your ears because they're taking the audio that's happening around you and putting the reverse of that audio in your ear. So with these, there's no extra audio going to your ear. You can just throw them in and you're dampening everything else that's around you. So I can't recommend these enough. I had a really good experience with Loop, and I hope you have a good experience with them too if you get them, because concert season is upon us, festival season is upon us, and the last thing I want is for you to lose your hearing. Like I said, I did a review on the movie Sound of Metal, and that movie is pretty much one of my worst fears, where a drummer in a heavy metal band loses his hearing and has to figure out how to live his life without music and without hearing. So that is my biggest fear. That movie was very sad and was just a wake-up call to make sure I'm always protecting my hearing as much as I can. I'm taking breaks while I'm working on music so I don't over fatigue my ears. But definitely something to think about if you haven't thought about it before. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's super important to protect your ears when you go to concerts or music festivals? Do you think you'll give Loop a try? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.